And here we go. We got the whistle. We're getting ready to start this one. And the kick is away, kicking it towards that sideline. I'm surprised he fielded that one.
Yeah, he could have let that go.
Could let that go. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he stepped out.
Maybe. Yeah, the whistle. Got whistles.
Keyshawn Denton, the ball carrier for the Panthers.
Officials are talking about it. I mean, he should have probably just let that go. That would have been a penalty. Could have started on the 40.
Well, I don't know about high school rules too, but if you're out of bounds and you catch the ball, I mean, that ball's still out of bounds. So maybe if they felt like he was out of bounds when he caught it, but it doesn't look like they're going to adjust that ball at all.
Yeah. So it looks like
18-yard line.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 on the 18. Well, they're going to say on the 20. So Laverty. And he's looking, he's pressured immediately and brought back it down the backfield for a sack. That's number 50. Samuel Filippo is a tackle, sophomore. So Laverty stopped early.
They just blasted off the ball at that.
Yeah, they did. So now one thing we haven't brought up yet, there's some shakeup on the offensive line this week. High snap. Laverty looking over the middle. Finds his receiver for a short gain. That's Riley Powell, number 18. So we've had some shakeup on the offensive line for the Panthers. Normally, one of the running backs, number 27, Riley Edwards, now playing center, number 51. And then we have Hunter Birmingham also on the offensive line. So they've had some guys out for other reasons. Laverty, snap again, looking to throw, looking that out route. And
he was about 5 yards off on that throw.
That was Dazion Matthews, the intended receiver.
And Putnam City North is forced to punt here.
Yep. So it's going to bring up a fourth down, 4th and 11. And gets the punt and kind of shanks that one off to the right. That's not going to be anything at all. That's going to be out around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he just did not connect with that ball at all.
And we talked about how I talked about before the game how need to limit the mistakes. Putnam City North really needed to limit the mistakes tonight, and that is a mistake. And that's something they've had happen earlier this year. They've shanked some punts and hit some short ones, but they're going to come out here now and they're going to give Midwest City, this talented Bomber football team, a short field. So the ball is going to be placed on the 26-yard line.
Well, remember, this is not a forgiving wind.
No, it's not. And so D'Angelo Irvin Jr. in at quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to Friday. That's Kristen Friday. Short gain. And Friday is an explosive back. He can definitely get off the ball. He's had some big gains. He's kind of one of their primary guys. So they're going to have to limit him. So see what happens here on 2nd down. He's going to look to throw. He's getting pressure, but it looked like Jaleel Johnson just kind of like got faked out there. Good pursuit, and they're going to bring him down.
Nice contain there.
Good job by the defense flying to the football.
Yeah, he had nobody to throw it to. All the defensive backs had those Bombers wide receivers pretty covered up.
Jaleel Johnson, the defensive end there, he had him, but he just kind of stumbled a little bit. But good job by the defense pursuing on that one. It's 3rd down and 6 coming up. Irvin back to throw. More pressure. They're going to get to him, but he's just getting away, trying to throw and run. He breaks up inside, and he's going to make it into the end zone for a touchdown. D'Angelo Irving Jr. with the touchdown for the Bombers on a 3rd and 6. He scrambles and gets into the end zone for a 22-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and number 1 for PC North, Amarion Normet had him, he kind of froze there for a second and didn't take the best angle, but he was right there in front of him.
Extra point here. You mentioned the wind. Kick is up. Kick is good. So Midwest City starts this one out early. They get the short field on the botched punt, and D'Angelo Irving with a 22-yard touchdown run, and the Bombers are on the board first. The one thing we need to mention, though, is with Oklahoma high school football, every team's in the playoffs this year. They are not. They're not going to have to fight for a spot in the playoffs. So, and these two teams are really they're battling it out for home field advantage.
Nice return there.
Good return there. That's
feet.
Number 4, Keyshawn Denton. That's Keyshawn Denton. So Denton, Amarian Norman is the primary back for Putnam City North, but Keyshawn Denton's had his fair share of touches this year.
Yeah, that's going to be really good field position there.
Yeah, the Panthers have been lucky this year. They've had good field position on most of their possessions this year. And the give, is that Norman? He's bottled up right at the line. That was Amarian Norman with the carry. Nowhere to go there.
Deji Kareem is another guy that comes to mind from Putnam City North. Went here quite a while ago, but made it to play for the Carolina Panthers for a few years. And
yeah,
he was a great return man.
Laverty looking to sprint out. Quick throw out there.
Big hit.
And he's hit immediately.
Yeah, they call that a no catch.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Panthers. See what they can dial up here. Tight. He backs off. They're switched off up top. That's Nwankwo, and that's who Laverty's looking for. Now he's just got to run. He runs into his own man, and he's just kind of brought down.
He had nothing there.
Nothing there. That's
his O-line just kind of collapsed around him, and that D-line for Midwest City is pretty impressive so far.
And that was number 43, Kristen Friday, the touted running back, getting the stop there on defense. So the Panthers will be back to punt. Gets the punt off. That's a better punt this time. He's just getting away from it. Takes a Putnam City bounce. And that ball is going to be down at around the 22-yard line, 22-yard line. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a way for the Bombers to go if they want to get on the board again. So D'Angelo, design run out to the right. So Irvin runs out of bounds, might get a yard on that one. Chased out of bounds by number 22, Tice Mythen. Tice Mythen's another one that you want to keep your eye on offense. He can sneak over the middle. He's a very, very talented wide receiver. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. And I do apologize about the confusion with our clock on our scoreboard. It's not directly tied to the game clock on their scoreboard, the stadium scoreboard. So D'Angelo Irvin back to pass again. Finds the guy over the middle. He's immediately bottled up. Might have gained a yard or half a yard on that one.
Yeah, that little screen it was blown up from the beginning.
That's Brian Wilson Jr. on the reception.
I don't know that he gained anything there. Like you said, he may have gotten only half a yard. That play was just blown up from the beginning.
7:17 to go in the first quarter. Brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Bombers. Ball on the 23-yard line. Irvin Jr. He's got 4 receivers to the right side. He's looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's going to be met. Jaleel Johnson, number 92. Big old number 92. He is a force to be reckoned with on that defensive line. And that is going to bring up a 4th down. I think he lost a yard there.
67 as well on that tackle.
Got a flag on the play. Got to see what this is all about.
Looks like face mask on Putnam City North. So, man.
And the penalty is going to give the Bombers a 1st down. So you stop them, you create a 4th down, and a penalty moves the football and gives them another set of chains. It's just a mistake that the Panthers cannot afford to make tonight.
Yeah.
Like a real tight formation here. Some misdirection. They do give it to Friday, and Panthers were not fooled on that one. Looks like he got 2 yards on the gain.
That's a gain of about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8.
Bombers back up in that bunch formation. And they're going to give it to Friday. He's going to try to break to the outside. And there's not much for him to not much of a gain there, if any, maybe a yard.
There's going to be another flag, but this one goes on Midwest City, number 30, and that is Kamarian Smiley. You got to think it's got to be a holding call.
I mean, it looked like when he was trying to get to the outside, it looked like there was a holding there.
Yeah, that was holding on number 30, Kamarian Smiley.
So North gets the penalty back, although Midwest City is going to keep the football, so it is 2nd 23.
Yeah, Putnam City North just needs to keep everything in front of them right now.
Now, you would think right now you would be thinking pass, but I think you want to watch out for a draw play here on 2nd down.
Yeah, they've got their linebackers up. They're ready for it.
And he's going to throw. He's looking to throw over the middle.
Yeah.
And he's got a man wide open, and that's going to go. Can he catch him? Can he catch him? No. Touchdown.
And that was touchdown for Brian Wilson
Brian
Jr.
Wilson Jr. with the touchdown. So
somebody's happy in the press box here.
big play. You just cannot afford to give those up. Angelo Irvin finds Wilson Jr. over the middle.
Yeah, they faked the ball. They
going, and looks like he missed it to the right. So kick is no good. 5:43 to go in the first quarter. Midwest City up 13-0. Panthers have got to find something on offense coming up.
Yeah, Midwest City just they faked that run really well, and then just they hit Brian Wilson over the top. The linebackers for Putnam City North just drew in too much on that play, and nobody stayed back.
Kick is off. It's going to be a return. And Denton finds a hole up the middle. There's a flag on the play. So we've got to see what this flag is. Keyshawn Denton had a nice return there. Let's see what the flag is.
We got holding on Putnam City North.
So they're going to get backed up. So good return negated by the holding. So another long field. You know, and it's really tough when you play all year. You're having success, and you got your guys, and then you have a shakeup on the offensive line, or some things happen, and this team has had some issues kind of off the field. Nobody in trouble, but just issues that are making players not able to play, have to shift some things around. So Laverty is going to give up the middle, and there's nothing there at all. Bottled up immediately. And that was number 1, Amarian Norman on the carry. Not getting much push on up there on the offensive line.
He got back up to the line of scrimmage, but that defensive line for Midwest City just stifled him.
Let's bring up a 2nd 10. Got 2 receivers up top. Got an ISO down here on the bottom. They're playing tight coverage. Laverty's looking to throw. He's going to throw a deep ball over the middle of the field.
Oh!
He was looking for Jeff Nwankwo, and Nwankwo couldn't catch it. He had a hand on it.
Yeah, one hand. If he could have reeled that in, that would have been OBJ-like. And he's a big receiver, too. I wouldn't be surprised to see them target him a little bit more because Midwest City's defensive backs don't look that big.
Yeah, Nwankwo is 6'8", and this is his first year playing. He's a senior, first year playing football. His sports basketball. Laverty sprinting out right. He's got some pressure immediately and is just wrapped up, nowhere for him to go. So Laverty wrapped up by number 19. That's Shamir Edwards. He's 6'3", 225, and he just blows that one up immediately. So that's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 16 from the 19. Putnam City North will have to punt.
This is where that wind really affects you here. High snap, but he gets it off, yeah.
He does get it off.
Nice roll.
Yep, good bounce past midfield. So 45-yard line, still going to be good field position for the Bombers to start out.
Yeah, Putnam City North goes with a 3-down lineman.
And the give is to Friday, and he finds a hole on the right side, cuts back outside.
And they made him pay for.
It's about a 9-yard gain.
Yeah. They made him pay for the, earlier you saw, more on that defensive line, but you got to think that Putnam City North probably adjusted for the passing game of Midwest City, but
Give to Friday, and he's immediately hit in the backfield and brought down.
Yeah, they blew him up.
That was a great stop by the Panthers.
It was a loss of about 4 yards there.
That replay. Nope. Wrong replay. Nope. Wrong replay. That was from the previous game. So
enjoy that.
Replay is not working for some reason, so okay. Well, we'll just go with it. 3:18 to go, first quarter. 3rd and 5 coming up.
We're going to get a false start.
False start on the offense. So that's going to back them up. So let's see if North can take advantage of this.
Yeah, it looks like they brought one more defensive back out to kind of space the field a little bit.
Irvin Jr. sprinting out to the left, looking up the right side, and overthrows his man.
Just out of the hands.
Keyshawn Denton out there.
Or was that Tice? That was number 22.
22 is Tice Mythen.
Yeah. He had his fingertips on it too. Just another couple inches and he would have had that ball in his hands.
Yep. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 10, and they're going to go for it. So they're inside of the field. The Bombers are going to go for it. Angela Irvin Jr.
It's a pooch punt. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little pooch kick.
So smart play here. You're leading 13-0.
Yeah, you get the ball down to.
Pin him down there at the 10.
Ball goes dead just about the 10-yard line. That's where the North will set up first and 10.
So Panthers are going to get to take over. They finally get a stop. They're able to keep Midwest City from putting more points on the board. And that's going to be a Mariano Man on the carry. Immediately stopped.
That tackle there by host of Bombers. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Second 10 coming up.
Yeah, they just keep trying to go up the middle on Midwest City, and it just collapses every time.
Laverty's got 2 receivers up top. And he's going to give, and that's Keyshawn Denton trying to break it around the outside, and he just can't get there. Just outside the 11.
Yeah, number 5, Matthews, just couldn't hold his block there. If he'd have gotten on the outside.
You know, this year, that's one thing the Panthers have been able to do, especially Keyshawn Denton. He's been able to get to that corner and round it, but
he needs help from his teammates.
I don't think they've quite seen the speed this year that Midwest City brings. So, 3rd and 8 coming up. 3 receivers up top. Nwankwo isolated down here on the bottom, but they do have a safety. That's number 2. Mikhail Smith, the talented wide receiver defensive back. And he's going to give it up the middle for maybe a yard or 2. That's Keyshawn Denton again. So that's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Panthers are going to have to punt again.
Yeah, and one thing I've seen, you know, with the new center who doesn't normally play center, having to slide inside, there's been a few high snaps, and that can throw off the rhythm for a play, I mean, right at the jump. And just throw everything off if you don't get that ball.
He gets that kick away, and it's going to take another Putnam City North bounce. So after the initial shanked punt, he's had a few good ones, but unfortunately Midwest City's going to start on the Panther side of the field to start this one.
Yeah, he's kicking into that wind, and it's, like I said, it's not forgiving. He has been kicking it really well to let it bounce at least another 10 yards when it hits the ground.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back as soon as this timeout. Well, nope, we're going to stay right here. It's a short timeout. So Midwest City come back out on the field. There's about 34 seconds left on the clock. Our game clock is not exactly in sync, so we'll have to call it out here. So motion. And the give up the middle, and that, I believe, is to Friday. Let's see the name.
That was
he just body slams him there at the end. That's number 30.
That was Kamarian Smiley.
Okay, Smiley with the carry there.
A little bit of John there at the end of that play.
Clock ticking away. About 15 seconds left. And play clock's at 22, so they don't have to run a play. They're going to let this one run out. And they're just going to walk to the sideline. So that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Midwest City Bombers up 13-0 on the Putnam City North Panthers.
Football season has arrived. Hi, this is Toby Rowland, voice of the Oklahoma Sooners. We all have our favorite team that we support. I want to tell you about a roofing company that I trust and support. I have known the family that operates Covenant Roofing for over 30 years. When you read their reviews on Angie's List, the BBB, or Google, you will see why they have earned a stellar reputation. For a great roof at a competitive price, call Covenant Roofing, official roofing sponsor of the Oklahoma Sooners. There's only one.
And we're back here at Putnam City North High School where the Bombers lead 13-0. We're about ready to start the second quarter. Still waiting for these teams to take the field. Joined here by Sean Brown, his first time calling the game with me, so not too bad, huh?
Yeah. That was a nice Friday night.
Yeah. It's very, very chilly. I mean, you see people are bundled up. There's a good wind out of the north, but, you know, it's football weather, right?
Yeah. And Midwest City's not too far from here. I mean, just a 20-minute drive. So their fans definitely showed up as much as you can with the social distancing and how much they limit how many are filling the stands, but it's a pretty good Friday night for football.
Yep. Yeah, we wish it were different circumstances and we could have more people in the stands, but you know, this pandemic has forced a lot of changes, and really you got to say hats off to the people at OSSAA, the school districts around the state. I mean, the fact that we've been able to play football, and there have been some cancellations. There have been games moved. Putnam City North had to play Deer Creek on a Monday night. I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard of a high school game being played on a Monday night, varsity. Yeah. But overall, they've been, for the most part, been able to play the season, and, we're glad to have football. I want to thank everybody watching online, Sports Zone Oklahoma. Thank you to our fans at In the Red Zone on YouTube. Those guys are tuned in and watching. Sean and I do college football picks every week, so go on over and check that out. So, Bombers with the ball. Start this second quarter. Handoff up the middle. He's going to get a couple of yards.
Yep.
Panther defense seems to be settling in.
They came back out with a 3-3-5 look, and they just the contain on each side looked like they're a lot more ready for the play.
It's going to bring up a second, but I guess he got 5 yards on that carry. So brings up the 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff. Angelo Irving steps up and he finds a hole. They lose contain, and that might be a penalty at the end. He took a shot from Marion Norman.
I mean,
and he just kind of laid. Yeah,
that was really close. I mean, they both were going down about the same time. I mean, that's one of those plays that it's a tweener kind of play where it could be, it couldn't be. I mean, you almost have to throw the flag there, but I don't know that there's much that.
It's difficult because when you're a defender and you're going full speed, you're usually your body is out over your feet because you're going full tilt, and you just can't stop. And when a guy goes low and you're already going low to hit him, there's not much you can do. I mean, so you're right. It's a penalty that has to be called because it was helmet to helmet, and he did lead with his head. But it's also unfortunate for the defender. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 at about the 16. Midwest City inside the red zone. Give to number 30, and he stopped immediately.
Yeah, they blew that up from the jump. That defensive line for Putnam City North really looks like they're settling in.
Kamara and Smiley on the carry. And you're right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and we've seen this in the past. I mean, you get some jitters. You got some guys playing different positions, and
it's a cold game. I mean, it takes a little while to.
And it's really the first cold game of the season.
Yeah.
So.
Power look from Midwest City.
Yep. And to give to Friday, he's going to chop right up the middle. Friday's a big, powerful back. He's not fast. He's not going to juke people out. He'll run people over. I mean, he's a big boy out there. About 10-11 to go. Our clock is a little bit behind. Fake coming up from the 14. Probably look for a pass over the middle here, or a design run. And he pass over the middle.
And
picked off. It's picked off, and he's got room to run up the sideline. Still running, and it's going to be brought down. Hayden Thornton. We don't have.
Yeah, he read the quarterback perfectly on that play. I mean, the quarterback just telegraphed it the entire way and came up with the ball. I doubt the quarterback even saw him. And before you knew it, he picked that ball right out of the air.
That, to me, I think, that good coaching.
Yeah.
We called it, said look for a pass over the middle. They were expecting it, and he steps right in front of it. So I think, give the coaches some credit on that one. I think they scouted that one really good on that 3rd down. So Laverty and this offense need to find a way to get points on the board. Snap. He's looking to the right side. He overthrows his man.
Yeah, Laverty has to calm down here.
That was Dazion Matthews.
He's got to settle down and just kind of It looks like he's coming out. Or no, that was number. Well, I didn't see who ran off.
Riley Edwards, number 18, came in the game. I'm sorry, Riley Powell. My apologies. Riley Powell came in the game, number 18.
Okay, that was Laverty. Yeah.
So he's coming in at quarterback.
Yeah.
Replaces Laverty.
Uh-huh.
And design run straight up the middle. And Kristen Friday meets him right around the 42, 43-yard line. So Carson Laverty comes out. Riley Powell goes in. Riley Powell's also the punter. He's also a key member of that defense. 9:10 to go in the second quarter. Spread out again. Looking to throw.
Ooh.
Looks for Nwankwo. Looked like a delayed screen or something there.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say is Midwest City on this drive has brought in some of their smaller defensive linemen. And with that comes a little bit more speed.
You know, I got to tell you, I haven't really seen Kion Russell. I'm not sure what's up with him. Is he not available tonight? I haven't heard, but he is a big part of that offense.
The
Quick
high
punt.
snap on that punt.
They
And
get a bounce.
He still gets it to bounce.
Yeah. It's rolling inside the 25, down about the 23.
That's one thing that saved a couple of his punts so far in this game. Powell just it's not the best hang time, but then once it hits the ground, it just rolls and rolls and rolls.
So
he's got a few years to develop there.
yeah, I know he works really hard in the offseason, does all the camps. I think he has a personal coach, so he works really hard at it. Give us to Friday. It looks like Friday up the middle, and he's just going to power forward for maybe 5 yards. 8:23 to go in the half. Midwest City up 13-0. Michael Johnson, Sean Brown here with you on Sports Zone Oklahoma. Bombers facing a 2nd and 5. He's going to take the snap and he's going to give it up the middle again. Immediately met by Jaleel Johnson and 28.
Number 92, that is Jaleel Johnson. Looking south of the 20-yard line, took down that 3, the ball at the 30-yard line.
Third down for the Bombers. Let's see if the Panthers can get a stop here. They
get Midwest City to jump. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 3 down linemen. They had 4 down linemen. They bring in a 5th, and it causes Midwest City to jump. So that's going to back them up.
Yeah, that's one thing you see with Putnam City North's defensive line is kind of doing that pre-snap switch where they kind of
3 down linemen for the Panthers. And Irvin Jr. is going to just roll out. He's got pressure. Jaleel Johnson chasing him. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at around the 23, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th and 11, so Bombers are going to have to punt here.
Yeah, and they're going into that win that isn't as bad as it was at the beginning of this game, but
they're going to go for it. Are they going for it? I bet it's probably another pooch punt like we saw last time.
Yeah, number 22, Tice Mathen is back, just in case.
He's going to quick kick it.
Oh, and they blocked it.
Is it blocked? It's blocked.
They blocked it.
And it's still loose. It's still loose. Who's going to get on it?
Ground.
Still loose on the ground. Down to the end zone. And the Panthers are going to recover the ball
right
on the goal line. Sorry, Sean, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Good.
That was What a play.
There was
Panthers.
There was just a scrum for the ball down there, and nobody could quite pick it up, and it just bounced all around. And finally, I thought they rolled into the end zone with it, but at the 1 yard line.
Just waiting for somebody to scoop it up and start celebrating. So 7:03 to go in this first half. Panthers now on the doorstep, ready, looking to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, Carson Laverty back in the game.
Give to Normant, and he scores right up the middle. Marion Normant with the touchdown for the Panthers.
Yeah,
and we've got a ball game.
That was just a good push from the offensive line. That gap, you could have drove my truck through it.
Marion Normant, that's his 10th touchdown on the season. See what happens with the extra point here. Advantage would go to the Panthers if they can get this extra point. They'd only be down 6. High snap. Kick is up.
It's good.
Kick's good.
That was Diego Otero.
Otero, yeah, the kicker. So with 6:59 to go in the first half, Panthers on the board after the block punt, which rolls down and they recover at the 1. And Amarian Normant with the 1 yard run. Panthers now lead Midwest City leads 13-7.
Yeah, and that pooch punt just before then was blown up. I mean, Putnam City North they sent everybody. I mean, they sent them like it was a punt, and it worked out in their favor.
We have a game. This is what you expect. You got number 8 team, number 11 team in the state.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of game you want to see. So now the Panthers, they've settled down on defense. They now have gotten one on the board. So now they just have to keep it going, keep it rolling. And for Midwest City, now you got to settle down. D'Angelo Irvin Jr. with that interception, he needs to shake that off, let that go. And they really need to mix it up. They got to do. Panthers have done a good job so far of stopping the run. Where they've given it up so far has been in the passing game. Yeah. So coaches over there on the Bomber sideline just need to figure out what they're going to do on this possession to exploit that Panther defense.
I think the coaching staff for Putnam City North has done a good job at adjusting to what is working well for Midwest City.
And the kick, left hash. We're going to have a return here. And there's a gap up the middle, and that's Mikhail Smith, the talented wide receiver. He breaks it loose, and he's up the right side, continuing to go up the right side.
He's gone.
And he is in for the touchdown.
He housed it. Diego Otero had a chance to stick him there at the middle of the field, and he just...
And unfortunately for the Panthers, early on this season, they had a lot of issues on special teams.
Yeah.
They seem to have cleaned those up in the previous weeks, but as you see right there,
yeah, Otero just looks devastated on the sideline.
So you just, you go down there, you get the turnover, you get the touchdown, and immediately in one play, Midwest City takes it right back. High snap, kick is up.
It was blocked.
A block kick. So extra point is no.
Football season has arrived. Hi, this is Toby Rowland, voice of the Oklahoma Sooners. We all have our favorite team that we support. I want to tell you about a roofing company that I trust and support. I have known the family that operates Covenant Roofing for over 30 years. When you read their reviews on Angie's List, the BBB, or Google, you will see why they have earned a stellar reputation. For a great roof at a competitive price, call Covenant Roofing, official roofing sponsor of the Oklahoma Sooners. There's only one.
And we're back here at Putnam City North High School, where the Bombers just took the kickoff back for a touchdown. Mikhail Smith, talented wide receiver for Midwest City, and now we're going to do it again, and the Putnam City North Panthers find themselves in a hole, 19-7. 6:45 to go in the first half. Beautiful night for football here at Putnam City North. See if Tice Mythen can break one.
Well, earlier the Midwest City kicker wasn't getting the ball off the tee very, very far.
Got the kick. And he's going to try to reverse field, and that's Keyshawn Denton. He finds a hole, he gets up to about the 40. So nice return.
Yeah, they're kicking into that wind that still looks like it's picked up a little bit.
Yeah, flags are still blowing pretty good.
And that kicker for Midwest City, just even when he was kicking into the wind, I mean, they were pretty high and shallow.
Laverty's back in. All right, Panthers need to find a way to move the football. They need to get back on the scoreboard again. And he's going to give it to Norman. It finds a hole, breaks back to the outside. Look, spin move. And gets up to about the 46-yard line. So Amarian Norman, is that the X on, or circle spin on PlayStation?
Yeah, that was a nice move.
So first down for the Panthers.
I say you go right back to him.
He's going to throw. He's looking that out route.
Oh, nice.
Nice catch. That's Tice Mythen up the sideline, trying to juke and make a man move.
He got caught, yeah.
He's down at the 20, but
he had one guy to go, and he would have been gone.
That was just that was number 7. That was Jawan Dancy holding on, preventing the touchdown.
Yeah, North is moving now.
Yeah, they are moving the football. 5:53 to go.
Looks like a timeout for Midwest City. They're hyped up. Putnam City North they're feeling it now. I think they're getting kind of in a rhythm.
5:58 to go in the first half. Panthers are driving. 2 big plays there. Tice Mythen with the reception, getting up the sideline. And Keyshawn Russell must not be available tonight. He is really Laverty's go-to guy. Likes to throw those quick out routes. Likes to throw button hooks there towards the sideline. And without him, you need Tice Mythen to step up. He needs to maybe take a shot at Jeff Nwankwo. He's thrown at him a couple times. He hasn't been able to hang on with it. And then, of course, Andre Williams, number 7. We need to get him in the mix. But not having Keyshawn Russell really shakes up this Panther offense and what they can do.
Well, I think those two, or that pass there, get Laverty in a rhythm here. It looks like he's settled down from earlier when he got pulled. So just kind of get him in a little bit of a rhythm, give him some short passes, and see what he can do here.
Snap. And there's nothing there. And Amarian Norman just bottled up. Nothing, nowhere to go. That's going to bring up second and about 11. And that offensive play, and they're going quick. Panthers are going to go quick here. They got 2 receivers up top. They got a tight end down low. That's an unusual, and they're going to give it to Norman again, and there's just nowhere for him to go. Great job by that front defensive line for Midwest City, bottling them up. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10, and they're going to have to go to the air on this one.
Yeah.
So that's a formation that I haven't really seen out of Putnam City this year with the tight end. They usually spread the ball out.
Now, yeah.
They like to spread it out, 4 wide receivers, and that they're not doing that. So they're getting away from what they've shown on tape.
I mean, the left side of the field is so overloaded that you almost think get Carson Laverty out on a rollout to the right, just as he is.
That's what he's trying to do, but there's just nowhere to go. The speed.
Yeah.
And that's number 46.
Yeah, that only works if you're able to block, and they got to block.
That's Lejean Long Jackson, the middle linebacker. He just come on a blitz, and I mean.
And they're going to go for it.
They have to at this point. You're
Yeah.
down 19-7. Your first half is winding down.
Well,
But
and
those-
it's probably a little, maybe a too far for their kicker.
And back here at Putnam City North High School, Panthers trail 19-7. Bombers come back on the field, and they've got 4:13 left, Sean, to try to get something in the end zone. But on this, they're facing a fourth and 20.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of space for them to do much.
I think you want to hope for hit something over the middle, and that your wide receiver can break it. Laverty takes the snap. He's looking to throw, looking to step up. Nothing there, getting on the outside, and there's just nowhere for him to go.
And he lost the ball.
He lost the ball, and it's not going to matter because it was 4th down.
Right.
So Panthers will turn the ball over right around the 31-yard line. And Midwest City's going to have 4 minutes and 2 seconds to try to run about 70 yards to put another one on the board before halftime.
Yeah, that was just a call that you're feeling good about your defense. Obviously not too worried about giving the ball back to Midwest City at this. Obviously you want points. You want to continue that drive, but the Panther defense has been playing a lot better in this second quarter.
Well, they really need to step it up here. They really need to try to force a turnover, get this ball back before halftime. Irving Jr. with the snap. He's going to find his receiver out in the flat, and there's nowhere to go. Great hustle, great pursuit out there on the edge.
Yeah.
Clock will continue to run. That'll be a loss of about 3. We want you to stick around here at halftime. We will show the band in its entirety during the halftime. So stick around for that. This is Sports Zone Oklahoma. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this video, comment. I'll try to log in and see some of the comments here at halftime as well. 3:26 to go. He's going to give up the middle. He breaks it outside. Normint's there to bring him down. So short gain on the play. That's number 30. I should know his name by now, but
Yeah, that Panther defense is just they're feeling a rhythm that the offense needs to get into here in the second half.
that was Kamari and Smiley on the carry for Midwest City. Clock ticks under 3 minutes. Facing a 3rd and 10, so Panthers really need a stop here. They need to. They're shifting up front. Only 3 down linemen. He's going to look outside. He finds his receiver. Missed tackle there. Two missed tackles.
Man,
Knocks him out of bounds. That's going to be a 1st down.
You had about 4 Panther defenders right there. You got to play as a team and contain him there. That's one thing that you even see in the college levels. They'll all go for the same thing, and somebody has to sit back and make sure he doesn't bust out on the outside or force him back on the inside.
4 wide receivers out. Ball snapped. He's going to give to Smiley again. There's a hole in that left side.
Yeah.
Nice run, about 9 yards there. That's going to bring up about 2nd and 1.
Yeah, they're kind of spacing out the defense for the Panthers here, and it's creating holes there that weren't there earlier in the second quarter. Another 4 wide set there.
He's going to give up the middle again. That's Smiley again on the carry.
Yeah, they're just, with that space, they're just able to gash the defense.
And I'm having some clock issues here, but D'Angelo Irving looking to throw out to the right side, and he had plenty of time throwing it.
He was out.
He had a receiver.
No, he was past the line of scrimmage. He threw the ball, right at the line, so I'm sure that's what they're going to get him with.
And for those of you watching, having some technical difficulties with our clock, so I do apologize. Hopefully we got that fixed. So he kind of had a man. Man had a step, but he underthrew it. If he'd had a little bit more air on that, he might have. What do we have a flag here?
Yeah, it was
forward pass.
Yeah, he was right over that. I mean, if you looked at his body, one leg was over the 40, and the other was behind it, and he had it too far over.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 for the Bombers. And give up the middle, and he breaks loose. Just missed tackles. Kamarian Smiley again. I mean, it looked like they had him bottled up, and then all of a sudden he just shoots out of that pile. And he's close. They're getting close to a first down. Looks like 3rd and 5 coming up. Irvin Jr. takes a snap, gives to Smiley again, looks up the middle, trying to find a little gap there, and he is close. He's very close to a first down. Clock stops, and they're going to say it's a first down. So.
Yeah, there was some confusion, too, with trying to get the defense set or get the defense substituted, and they were late getting off, or a guy was supposed to go in and wasn't in there.
Angelo Irving looking to throw again. He's covered out there. I mean, that's a nice ball, but he was covered.
Yeah.
Looks like we have.
Looked like it could have been picked off if.
Dazion Matthews, the intended target.
Yeah.
Or with coverage. Dazion Matthews with the coverage.
Norman looked like he was in just as good of a position to catch that ball.
There was good coverage, good tight coverage, and defensive back looked for the ball, turned and looked for the ball. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Another 5-wide set.
And if you're Putnam City North, you can't give up a touchdown here.
Yeah.
You've got to hold them. 3 down linemen. He's looking on the flats. 2 blockers out there. This time they know where to go. So.
Passes in the flat to number 1, Andrew Miles. On the stop, number 37.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. We'll just stay right here with it. So, timeout, Midwest City. So they're facing a 3rd and 8, ball on the 28-yard line. Can you see what's on that clock? 41 seconds?
Looks like 41.9.
Okay, we'll say 41 for our clock. So Sean, Putnam City North trailing 19-7. They're on the ropes here. Midwest City's moving the football. What do you think they need to do right here? What would you do if you're the coach and you're facing a 3rd and 8?
Well, I mean, it looked like that last set, Midwest City was coming out with a 5-wide. And what they did earlier in the game, and they brought in a 5th defensive back. But what Midwest City's doing is they're just spacing the field so well that it takes an extra guy out of that box. So that's why you're seeing so many running lanes. And then when you get the guy in front of you, you tackle him. I mean, you just have to wrap up and tackle him.
3rd and 8 coming up, looking to pass all time. Plenty of time right over the middle. And did he get it? Did it intercept it?
It looked like he caught that.
And the officials say he caught it. So
Putnam City North comes up with an interception.
So
2nd of the game.
So the defense gets another turnover in the red zone, and Putnam City North is going to be able, still about 34 seconds to go, and they don't want to turn the ball over here. I think you just want to take a knee. You want to get to halftime. You want to get to halftime, make your adjustments. But that was a great play, great defensive play on the tip ball. But, the guy was open over the middle. I mean, he just couldn't hang on to it. Give to Marion Norman.
They're going to try to get a little bit more space there, I think, run that clock down a little bit.
That was Kristen Friday on the stop. And they're just going to let this clock run out. The play clock is underneath, or the game clock is below the game or the play clock. So they don't need to run another play here. And it doesn't look like they're going to.
Looks like we got a Midwest City player down.
So the clock is going to stop with 15 seconds left. And that's Kristen Friday, and they cannot afford to lose him if you're Midwest City.
Yeah, he's a big part of what they do offensively and defensively. Looks like his shoulder's bothering him.
So he's going to walk off the field. So here we go. 15 seconds left on the game clock here, and the clock starts.
Yeah,
they don't need to run a play, and they're not going
Looks like
to.
They're coming off.
Laverty's just walking towards the sideline. There's no reason to try something, turn the ball over here. Let's just go into halftime. So halftime score from here from Putnam City North High School: Midwest City Bombers 19, Putnam City North Panthers 7. We got the band coming up soon. Stay tuned to that. You're watching Sports Zone Oklahoma exclusively on YouTube.
The exciting plays, you know, the two interceptions that they had came out on top with the turnover game, but it's just that run back with the kickoff return, which they need to seal this up here.
Midwest City, of course, getting the ball to start this second half. It's going to be stopped right around the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 30-yard line, so the Bombers are going to get the ball. And we'll see what adjustments were made at halftime.
That ball is moving to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
So Bombers with the ball, 2 backs in the backfield. Kristen Friday's back there. Kind of a delayed handoff there, but he does give the ball out, and that's going to be to number 30. That's Cameron Smiley.
Midwest City came out with a one wide receiver look, and there's a bunny rabbit on the field. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, the 30. Sorry about that. But no, they're kind of going away from what worked for them in the first half, where they kind of spread the field out. Now they have 2 wideouts, and they're going to throw the ball here.
Over the middle.
Yeah.
And that was complete. That's Mikhail Smith, the talented wide receiver, with the catch. So that's going to move the sticks. It'll be a first down for the Bombers.
So it seems like whatever adjustments that Midwest City made are kind of working out in their favor.
Irvin Jr. back to throw, going to pull it, scramble to the right, still looking to throw. He's going to tuck it, and he's going to march out of bounds around the 40.
Yeah, he was short by about a yard and a half.
That's a gain of 8. That'll bring up a 2nd and 2. The ball at the 41-yard line.
So we'll have a 2nd and 2 coming up here. Bombers marching. They're on the Panther side of the field. .47 to go in the third. Bombers looking to put another score on. And the give is going to be to Friday on the left side. He's just going to power forward, and he'll pick up the first down, so that will move the sticks.
Still seeing a lot of that pre-snap adjustments for Putnam City North on the defensive side. They had 3 down, and right before the snap, a linebacker came up and jumped on the inside of that defensive line.
Yeah, one of the things they're going to need to do is they're going to have to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback when he decides to keep and throw the ball.
Yeah.
He's faking there. He's going to keep it up the middle, and that time they stuffed him.
Yeah. That was number 27.
So 27 normally is Riley Edwards. They had him before. I got a notice that he was going to be changing numbers to play offensive line, but that might be Riley Edwards back there at number 27. He's a pivotal part of that defense, so it looks like they may have switched jerseys again at halftime.
I don't know that this number 27 usually on the offensive side is over on the sideline. I think they just bring this kid out to play defense.
Back to pass, plenty of time, good protection. And Jaleel Johnson's going to get to him, but not before he picks up a few yards. It looks like we're going to – that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, this is a new look that Midwest City's given in the second half here.
Bombers break the huddle. 2 backs again. Just kind of creating some misdirection at the snap. And this time he's going to give it and slip down right away. And that's going to be for a loss. So Panthers were not fooled on that one.
Yeah, they've gone to kind of a read option there.
That was Kamarian Smiley again. And that time they had a lead back, tried to run a fake. But one of the things I noticed there with that is that it's taken a long time. He's putting the ball in there, and it's like he's reading it, and he doesn't know whether he wants to pull it. And then in the meantime, I mean, it has taken a long time for him to make a decision. It's given the defense that extra second to tee off.
Yeah, it's a slow developing play here.
No backs here, 5 wide receivers looking to throw.
For it on 4th down.
He's got a post over the middle, and he overthrows his man, but he was open.
He just tripped up a little bit. They called
And
a
we have a
pass
flag.
interference.
Pass interference?
Pass interference.
I don't know about that. That didn't look like pass interference to me.
He looked like he got tripped up, but I don't know if he was tripped up on the defender's feet or if he was tripped up on his own feet. We'll see what they call.
I mean, I saw him break inside the defender, and he was wide open. The pass wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I didn't see a holding. I didn't see pass interference. Wow, this would be a tough penalty.
Yeah, pass interference.
Wow. That's going to give Midwest City a 1st down.
Yeah, I think if you can go back and look at that, watch the feet and see if he just got caught up on his own feet or if the foot of the defender caught him.
That penalty will be a 1st down now for the Bombers. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So several great series of plays there by the Panther defense, and it's all thwarted by a pass interference that, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at that one later on. See what the officials saw. In game speed, I didn't see it. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here. 8:18 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bombers are driving. One back in the backfield. It's Friday. 3 down linemen.
Oh,
and a reverse. And D'Angelo Irvin out there as the lead blocker.
Wilson
and the man just turns the corner.
Oh, there's a flag.
That's Brian Wilson Jr.
Yep, pushed.
Wow.
He pushed number 33 down after the play, so you're going to get a personal foul here.
You know, in a game like this with these two types of teams, these two caliber teams, that it's just a dumb mistake you can't make.
Well, I've noticed quite a bit after the whistle. You know, there's been some jawing, there's been some kind of pushing. There's been plenty of times where PC North has looked towards the ref like, did you see that? And that, you know, sometimes you're going to see that in high school games, even in college games.
And we saw it earlier this year when Piedmont came here to Putnam City North. That game got very chippy. You know, and Putnam City North did not take their foot off the throttle.
Yeah, one thing I noticed from Midwest City in the first half was, you know, they finished their tackles, and even, you know, towards the end of the whistle, they're still throwing a guy down. And in the first part of this half, Putnam City's kind of returned the favor. It looks like they, you know, are kind of getting some of those revenge hits.
3 wide receivers down low. Give us to Friday right up the middle. And he's powering forward.
You just have to be smart in those situations and not retaliate, because the ref always sees the second guy.
By number 92, that will be Jaleel Johnson. 3rd and 11.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Panthers really need to stop here. They got to figure out something here.
Yeah, we got
3 wide receivers down here. We got a single back. They got one-on-one coverage on the top. Need to watch out for that.
Malik Smith up there.
That's one-on-one. That's who Angelo Irvin's
for.
looking for, is one-on-one coverage, and that's a touchdown. So the talented wide receiver, Mikhail Smith, with the touchdown.
I'm sorry about that.
I mean, we saw it there, Sean. We saw before the snap they had tight coverage up there, one-on-one man coverage, and you just knew, you know, and that's immediately at the snap of the ball. D'Angelo Irvin immediately was looking for Smith.
Yeah. I think they kind of lulled that Panther defense to sleep there. You know, just kind of short plays, you know, run up the middle, not really taking any shots, and then they picked their time and they took their shot, and it paid off for them.
And they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, that was a fake.
And easy 2-point
That was
conversion.
a Philly special right there.
Yeah.
The quarterback comes out and acts like he's making a call, and, I mean, that was exactly the Philly special.
Along with number 52, Tice Micah.
Yeah, they got to work more of those short and out routes, back shoulder throws to the sideline. I mean, use the clock, use the field as your friend.
And unfortunately for them, that is what they do all the time with Kion Russell, but he is not out there tonight. So nice return by Denton up to the 35-yard line, and some pushing up there. Riley Powell.
Yeah, he may not have just heard that whistle. That kid's just a ball player.
So you have number 22, Tice Mythen at the top. You have number 3, Jeff Nwankwo. He's been pretty quiet tonight. They've targeted him over the middle of the field a couple times. He hasn't been able to get his hands on it. You got to think Laverty's wanting to throw to him here soon. They got tight coverage. The DBs are coming up, and then they drop back right before the snap. The give to Normant, and he's bottled up immediately. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, that defensive line for Midwest City is just kind of picking up where they left off in the first half. They just, you see them, I don't think a single one had their hand in the dirt. They were all stood up, kind of just hyped before the play, and there's just not a whole lot that offensive line for Putnam City North could do.
2 wide receivers up top, single back. Laverty rolling out to the right, looking for something, throws over the middle.
I wonder if that was tipped.
That might have been tipped there.
It looked like that ball.
He was targeting Tice Mythen there.
But to me, that's what they're going to have to do to get some success, is roll him out. Of course, key is their blocking.
Yeah. And it's interesting because normally they've come out all year long in a 4 wide receiver set, or I call it an ace set, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And you can tell with the shake-up on the offensive line, they've got a tight end in there, which they normally don't have. They've got 2 receivers bunched here short. It's just not what they normally do. They're not in their normal formation. Laverty's rolling out again. He's going to be caught from behind, and he is going to be sacked for a big loss.
Yeah. I don't know that you throw the ball in that situation where you're already wrapped up, but he's got to get the ball out quick. They got to work on some routes that he can just get the ball out really quick.
Yeah.
And just let his playmakers make some plays. He's got guys around him that can make plays. They just got to find something that he works well with, and those developing plays just don't seem to be it right now.
Yeah. Ball's going to be down at the 45-yard line. So Midwest City, nice field position to start this next drive.
You got to hope that they're not just, tucking it away. And
well, this is last week was the first time that this Putnam City North team has faced real adversity this season.
Yeah.
They were down 6-0. They come back and they won the game 10-6. It was challenging for them. And then tonight, you're down 27. This is the most points this defense has given up all year long. And give up the middle again. And that is Jaleel Johnson on the stop, number 34.
Yeah, they just stuffed him right in the line of scrimmage.
That is Tristan Fisher. If our roster is right, that's a freshman.
That was a gain of about 3 there.
Yeah, that was a freshman for Midwest City carrying the ball. Got 3 receivers here. ISO up top again with tight coverage. And he's going to be looking to throw, but he gets a little bit of pressure. And we got a whistle. Stop and play.
It's like
maybe a false start. Yeah, you wouldn't blow it dead if it was on the defense.
False start, Midwest City.
So the Bombers are facing a 2nd and 12 here. Again, three wide receivers down here low. You got that ISO up top, and he's backing off. Looks like Jeff Nwankwo up there covering the ISO. And the give is going to be to the back, and he's hit but bounces off. Poor tackling, and he's just going to move up the sideline down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Nwankwo should have stayed where he was at, because he kind of bit into that play a little bit too much, and there was just nothing over on that left side. If he'd have stayed where he was at, he could have had a good play on that.
I mean, there was a defender out there who made the initial hit, and you thought it was going to be hit for no gain, and he just didn't wrap. You got to wrap. You got to take these guys down. Arm tackling is not going to work against some of these guys.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying in the first half is when you get your guy, you wrap up and you bring him to the ground.
That's the freshman again with the carry up the middle. He's going to get a couple of yards. And our rosters may be wrong. That may not be. That's Davian Franklin, number 34. He's a junior. So there's 2 34s on the roster. So Davion Franklin is a junior running back, outside linebacker. And he's looking to throw, got all kinds of time, steps up, hit as he tries to get rid of the ball, and he still gets it out there to Mikhail Smith, who's still moving.
That was a little Patrick Mahomes there.
That was kind of impressive there.
Little underhand. I mean, any high school coach would tell you never to do that. 10 times out of 10, they'd probably, not be too thrilled with that. But he still pulled it off. I mean,
and that's going to move the chains, give him a first down on the 17-yard line.
It's impressive when it goes your way. But something like that could have been very easily picked off.
Yeah, it could have. Single back again. Davian Franklin. And he's going to be hit hard by number 28.
That is Davion Franklin. He was tackled in there by number 28.
I don't think I had a 28 on the roster. So, anyway, we move on. Single back. We've got 3 receivers down here low. Another ISO. That's Mikhail Smith up top. He's matched up with Jeff Nwankwo, and he's looking for Smith on this quick out, and he catches it. There's 2 guys out there, but he's still going to get to the 5-yard line, and that's going to give him a first down.
Number 33 on the tackle was Hayden Thornton.
Looks like some of these Panther defenders are pretty gassed. I mean, you see some hands on hips, and you just hope they can put something together here.
He's going to give it to Franklin again. Finds a little hole up there, and then he's met, and that's going to be probably no gain on the play. Looks like we have a 3-second difference between our clock and the actual scoreboard clock, so
These linebackers for Putnam City North have flashes where they play really, really well. And then other times you just see when Midwest City spaces out the field, they just get manned up, and it's tough for them, some of them, to come off their blocks.
Real tight formation here. Franklin in the backfield. Motion, flip to him. Had a guy there, he just missed the tackle.
Yeah.
And he's going to get hit around the 3.
They did not fall for that this time.
That's Brian Wilson Jr.
It's about the 3rd reverse we've seen.
And what's interesting is, you know, they've got a power formation there, you know, guys all bunched in there, and that's not what they've been doing all game. They've been spreading them out. But the more you tighten that up, that offensive formation, you're giving Putnam City North a chance really to close those lanes and fly to the football. Single receiver out here. That's Wilson Jr. down low. And Irvin Jr. is going to keep it up the middle and try to get in. I think he's down at the 1.
Yeah, he did not get that.
He did not get in. Clock continues to run. It's going to be a 4th and 1 coming up for Midwest City.
You got to think they're going to go for it.
What are they going to do here? Do you kick and go up 30-7, or you try to punch it in, and they're going to go for it?
See, these formations are usually
sneak. Quarterback sneak. Right up the middle. Did he get in? Did he get the push?
I don't know if he did.
I don't think he got in. Panthers hold. He does not get in.
Yeah, I was just saying these types of formations are where the Panthers have played pretty well this year, or in fact this game. They've actually done pretty well in tighter formations. It's when Midwest City starts
we got
to
a flag.
spread the field.
I think some jawing going on. Who's this on? Number 49 from Midwest City was sticking in there. Looked like he was.
This would benefit the Panthers quite a bit because it would give them that space.
That's Steve Allen, a junior middle linebacker and fullback. Multiple flags. We'll have to wait and see what this is going to be. The play was over when the flag came out, so the ball is still going to turn over on downs, and it will still be Putnam City's ball. And honestly, if the penalty's on them, you can't back up any further.
Well, yeah, it's on Midwest City.
Okay.
They were going down to talk to it looked like Coach Laverty there.
So that is a huge penalty on Midwest City because you have them down at the 1.
Yeah.
You're thinking safety, and now you've just given them 15 yards.
Yeah.
And now they have room to work. And so now this Panther offense.
Especially with how you were able to sack Carson Laverty several times, you know, that would have put them in a really tough spot.
Two receivers down low here. Tight end on the right side in there for protection. And they're going to give to, is that Norman? And he finds a little gap, gets up to the 20. That's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that looked kind of like a counter where that tight end and that offensive tackle just kind of pulled around, and they were the lead blockers for the running back there.
We've got a timeout on the field.
Got a Midwest City player down.
Injury timeout on the field. So they get the injured player off the field. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. North just looking for something offensively. 3 receivers down here on the bottom. Now they've split out. Now we got 5 wide receivers now.
This is as open a formation as I've seen.
So can
tonight.
they block this up front? That's the question.
Yeah.
Laverty steps up in the pockets, got room to run, trying to cut to his
that looked
left.
like a face mask.
Is there going to be a penalty there?
The refs keep their laundry in their pocket. You got some fans that were screaming for a face mask down there.
We're going to have a penalty, false start. So that's interesting because with a false start, they should have blown it dead.
Yeah.
That play should have never happened if there was a false start. So.
Well, it could have been illegal formation as well.
Well, the head official motioned for a false start, so I don't know. I mean,
with that wide set like that, I mean, it could have been a legal formation.
Could have been.
With, more than 4 in the backfield.
We got 5 wide receivers again. They're going to keep them spread out. Laverty looking to throw. Got a man wide open and just overthrows him.
That was the punter. Riley Powell.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11, but he was open. I mean,
yeah, I say the punter. He's their backup quarterback.
Have another player injured for Midwest City on the field.
That's the 4th player we've seen from Midwest City this game that's gone down.
Getting back to action.
All right, we've got Riley Powell back there.
We've got 5 wide receivers again. I think they're just going to spread it out. I mean, again, over the middle, bobbled.
Ooh.
And incomplete, but that could have easily been.
Yeah, the same thing we saw in that first half. Carson Laverty missed a wide open guy, and then he was pulled. Second half, he misses another wide open guy, and then Riley Powell comes in for him to see if they can spark anything with a different quarterback.
So Panthers on the punt. Got to get this one away. Low kick. And nice bounce for Putnam City North.
Again, it's like he just knows that sweet spot where to hit the ball.
So 7 seconds left in this quarter. Midwest City will have to come out and run 1 play, and then we'll get a break for the quarter. And time's running out for Putnam City North here tonight. Yeah, they're really missing Kion Russell tonight. He is just a big part of this offense. I've said it several times, and I know, keep repeating myself, but, I haven't seen Andre Williams, number 7, out here tonight for Putnam City North either. He's a wide receiver that always has an impact every week. So not sure what's going on, if it's COVID related, if it's we've hit the mark for eligibility issues as well. So
false start. There's going to be they're blowing the play dead. Number 58 for Midwest City. Oh, they called a timeout before that.
That's interesting. Calling a timeout. There's only 7 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, they just marked the ball. They just spotted it back 5 yards, so I wonder if there was a timeout after that. Okay, they're bringing the ball back up to the
So the timeout was before
line.
the play.
Yes.
Then, before the false start. So.
Yeah. Referees are getting together to talk that over. And I believe that was it looks like it was a timeout for Putnam City North, possibly.
Okay. Maybe they just didn't have it set they wanted. I mean, you don't want to give up a big play right off the bat. First and 10, ball on the 44.
So Midwest City gets bailed out there with a timeout, because that would have most definitely been a false start. And I think it had a little bit to do with the adjustments that the defensive line for Putnam City North make pre-snap.
Yeah, we got 5 down linemen here. Jumped in there. And D'Angelo up top, he's just going to keep it, and he's looking for that stick, but he doesn't get the first down. And there's no time left on the clock. And it's really been a struggle tonight for Carson Laverty. It's been an off game for him. He's been very good, very efficient all season long. The team had their struggles last week against Del City. But Del City is probably coming into the night probably the best 0-5 team in the state of Oklahoma. I mean, they're a really good football team, a lot of talent. And Putnam City North kind of struggled with them last week. So Midwest City trying to hang on one more quarter, and they'll move to 6-1. Panthers hoping for a comeback here. And the give is to Friday, and there's a big hole in that right side of the line.
Yeah, Midwest City can afford just to kind of run. They don't have to throw. They're going to look to run a lot.
Yeah, I will say, though, I can't tell you how many times we've seen this in high school football, college, even the NFL. You get a lead and you stop doing what's been successful. You try to run out the clock, and then you let a team back in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time. So give is going to be to Friday. He's immediately met by number 92, Jaleel Johnson.
He kind of took Johnson for a ride there, and another player from Midwest City goes down, this time on the offensive side. And he's back up.
And now they're going to stop the clock. So a lot of injury timeouts tonight.
Yeah, that was number 49, Stephen Allen, fullback, who looked pretty hurt, and then he just popped right up and looked like he wanted to get back in it. But, of course, when you lay down that long, the referees are going to tell you to come out.
This game on pace to maybe be the longest home game so far this season. All these games this year have been pretty quick. But we've had a lot of stoppage tonight.
Yeah.
And that's going to be to Friday. Bounces out to the right side after he hits a man, and he's going to get forward. Going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, he's just wearing this Putnam City North defense down, it looks like.
He's a big, powerful back. He's not real shifty. He doesn't make a lot of big cuts. He's not going to make a guy miss.
Yeah.
But what he gives you is a solid 4 yards almost every play.
Well, and one thing I noticed with Putnam City North's defensive line is that they've got some tall guys, some kind of stout, but they don't have that beefy guy that Midwest City has.
Going to give it again to Friday. Cuts back inside. Just kind of rounds those cuts. And that's going to be Tice Mythen on the tackle, the shoestring tackle to keep him from breaking loose, because he was gone if Tice Mythen doesn't make that stop.
Yeah, 27 for it looked like 27 for Putnam City North went out with maybe he was bleeding in his hand.
That was Riley Edwards.
Yeah, he was out for that play, and he's a big part of what they do defensively. So good to see him back in the game.
10 minutes to go. Our clock's a little bit off, but
he kind of solidifies that front seven there defensively.
And running back's going to go up to the right side. He's going to try to cut back in. There's not going to be a lot there. It's going to be down at about the 25, maybe the 24. So Midwest City, they're just content. They're going to run the ball and run the clock, get first downs, and if they can put one in the end zone, this game is pretty much all but over.
I would look for a shot here. I mean, they've been, I think every play on this drive has been a run, so look for a
2nd 7, Friday still in the backfield.
This is a perfect time to take a shot here.
And he's going to just give it to Friday, the right side, and they're
just content to run.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't need to
ball.
do anything else.
He's going to get up to almost the 20-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 2. And the clock will just continue to tick.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. They're just going to give it to Friday. They're going to let him ride it right in the end zone. And the give again. And this time, Angelo Irvin holds it. He breaks loose up the side, right side, touchdown, Midwest City. So D'Angelo Irvin fakes to Friday. That's where they were expecting it to go. And he keeps it, breaks a couple tackles, and gets in the end zone. So that's going to extend the lead, 33-7. 8:22 to go.
Yeah, as I said earlier in the game, D'Angelo Irvin's got the wheels to to do what you want to do. Throwing, I mean, he's had some success throwing the ball tonight as well.
And they're going to go for 2.
Bombers will go in for
Try to
2.
extend this to 35.
Well, they're trying to make up the missed extra point earlier.
And it's a direct snap and then a reverse and fake reverse. And he's going to find the corner of the end zone.
Yep, he got in.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
He just barely got his arm over the pylon there. They went with that Philly special look, but rather than pitching it to the reverse man, he just kept it and went right in.
So 8:21 to go in the fourth quarter, and Midwest City commanding 35-7 lead, and I think that might have been the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
So.
And there's just not a whole lot you can do. I mean, especially if your quarterback has an off night, like Carson Laverty's had. Even Riley Powell, just hasn't really been able to connect with much tonight. So, be interesting to see how they play this out.
Well, the one thing you want to look for if you're one of the coaches, you don't want them to quit.
Right.
You want your players to continue to play, continue to battle. Let's try to get another touchdown on the board best we can. I mean, really Midwest City has shut down this offense all night tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, the only score coming after the blocked punt, which they recovered on the 1 and was able to punch it in. But other than that, the Panther offense just hasn't been able to do anything tonight.
Yeah, but I just wonder at what point do you start seeing backups go in? It looks like that's going to be the case. Actually, no, I'm mistaken. This is not the offense going out there. This is kickoff return.
Kick return, yeah. Tyson Mython back there, Keyshawn Denton back there.
But yeah, we both have played in games like this that just get out of hand, and you don't see kind of you kind of wish for the end of the game. I mean, I know these are high school kids. They get down.
Kendrick Thompson to kick off.
And he's going to kick it. Looks like he's going to kick it to Denton. So Keyshawn Denton with the lane. There's a lane there. He's breaking it up the left side. He's got one man to beat. Is he going to outrun him? He's up the sideline. Can he get it in the end zone? And touchdown. Touchdown Panthers. Keyshawn Denton with the kickoff return for a touchdown.
Man, number 50 laid a huge hit to open up. Or that is number 60. I don't have it here, but
that would be Michael Nichols. That's Michael Nichols.
He laid a huge hit. There's a flag down on the field.
Oh, is this coming back?
I didn't think it was a block in the back or anything, but there is a flag on the field. But number 60 laid a humongous hit that led to that hole being open there.
So it looks like this flag is going to be after? It looks like the call is against Midwest City anyway.
Okay. Looks like they're going to let him kick the extra point here.
They're still talking about it.
Yeah, it looks like
dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Putnam City North.
I'm willing to bet it was after that huge hit.
So I guess Midwest City will take the penalty on the kickoff then, because they're not backing them up.
Yeah, when number 60 was running off the field, he looked like he was kind of shaking his head. He almost knew what it was, and I think they got him with maybe some taunting or something like that. That was an exciting play, though.
That was, yeah. Extra point attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and that looks like that's good.
And it's good.
So 8:09 left in the fourth quarter. Panthers needed a spark, and they get one from Keyshawn Denton, who returns the kickoff. 81 yards for a touchdown. It's not over yet, Sean. It's not over yet.
And a good kick from Diego Otero.
Now they need a 3-and-out, or the defense needs to create a turnover here to try to get the ball back. But again, you've got special teams. has been really what has led
blocking
to scores for
the
Putnam
pooch
City
punt.
North.
Yep.
Block punt, kickoff return for a touchdown. The offense has got to get something going. They need to get this ball back, and PC North needs to find some offense.
Well, and they also need to they got to contain on this kickoff.
Yes,
they can't
do.
let Midwest City break anything off.
Yeah, we already saw one from Mikhail Smith. He brought one back. So we've had 2 return for a touchdown tonight. You're down 21 points, 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
But that speed from
Mikhail Smith, wide receiver.
Yeah,
you've got to close your lanes and contain him.
Yeah, it seems like Midwest City just has more of those guys out on the field tonight. Those speed guys that just you want to fill your roster with, really. And if PC North's missing some of those guys, I mean they've got a couple of them out there, but as we saw with that kickoff return.
So far this season, Midwest City's only loss to Carl Albert, which is a perennial powerhouse every year here in Oklahoma. Got the kick, short little kick. It bounces. They got to pick it up. It's a live ball. And that is...
I don't know that was on purpose. I don't think he meant to do that. That wasn't a squib or anything. That gives Midwest City kind of the field position they've had all night.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point for the Putnam City defense, it really doesn't even matter where Midwest City starts with the ball. You got to stop them. You need a 3-and-out here. You need a turnover. You need something to get the ball back in the hands of that offense, and then you need your playmakers.
Yeah.
You need Keyshawn Denton. You need Amarian Norman. You need Jeff Nwankwo has been quiet tonight. I don't think he's had a catch. You got to get those guys involved. Tice Mythen. You know, he catches posts over the middle all the time, and the middle of the field has been open for Putnam City North, so they really need to find a way to get their playmakers the ball.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to stuff that run there.
And they're,
because they know that's all that Midwest City's going to do.
But right there you see they hit him at the 40, and he still manages 4 yards.
We've got another Midwest City lineman that's slow to get up. He looks like he's just going to battle through it. He does not want to come out.
Davion Franklin is the running back there, so
71 does run off the field gingerly. He did not want to come out, but you know, you understand that.
Franklin again in the backfield. Now we saw this last series, run, then D'Angelo Irvin just takes off. He's going to give it to Franklin, bounces out to the right. He's going to be hit. Very little, if any, gain there, but the important thing is he's staying in bounds and the clock is moving.
Yeah. Panthers seem to be more ready for the run this series. Of course, they don't have Friday back there running the ball.
He was the workhorse the last series. Now they're putting Franklin in, trying to give him a chance. But Franklin, he's a little more faster and shiftier. He's not the powered runner that
he's your change
Friday.
Of pace back.
Yes, exactly. So.
And you don't really want to substitute a bunch of guys in and out. You know, you allow.
He's looking to throw. He's going to throw, and they got to him. He's sacked, and we have a flag.
Flag in the backfield, most likely a holding unless there was a face mask.
Well, from that backside, he wouldn't have been able to see a face mask unless it was a hands to the face on the offensive line. Holding.
Yeah.
I don't know if you take this.
Yeah, you decline it.
Yeah, decline it.
And they did.
It's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 11. I didn't mean to cut you off, Sean. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So the defense, they hold. They force a 4th down. And because of the penalty, the clock is going to start. You know they're going to run this play clock down. Play clock's at 19.
They're going to
go.
They must not have a punter because the Irving is
I'm surprised he snapped that early. They could have ran that play clock down a little bit more. And they get a nice Midwest City bounce.
20-yard line.
Down to just inside the 20.
Ball will be in just about the 20-yard line.
So there's 6:08 on the official clock on the scoreboard here in the stadium.
And this possession is pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah, you're down by 21 at this point. You're trying to get in the end zone to make it respectable.
Yeah.
So that the final score doesn't look as bad as what this game's really been.
But this is where you use your wide receivers. You throw maybe back shoulder passes, quick outs, and you don't have to go for it all.
They're spreading the field again, and Laverty's looking to throw. He has more time.
My goodness.
He overthrows.
Oh, he almost got it picked off.
He was looking for Riley Powell, and it was just overthrown. And then
that was almost a pick six too. Had Midwest City come up with the ball there, that would have been another 6 on the scoreboard.
So just a tough night for Carson Laverty. He's just not been on. And he's got wide receivers open. Now, I think this spreading them out like this has allowed for better protection.
But he's not seeing the under. Oh, he's about to get.
He just gets hammered there. There's very little protection. He was looking to the left. He was eyeing his receiver the whole way and did not see the pressure coming.
Blitz came from the backside, and I don't know if that was on the running back there to pick up that blitz, but nobody saw it. Nobody called it out.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 15, and so. I mean, they just have not had anything in the playbook tonight to be able to pick up that kind of big yardage.
Yeah.
You can't. You think the out route's not going to be there. You don't want to throw the short little hook. You got to think over the middle, running a post.
This almost feels like it's it for them.
If they don't get this first down, it's Laverty looking to throw and pressured again. He gets outside. He gets away from it. Still running. They're chasing him down, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
They didn't call it.
There should have been some laundry coming out on that one. That was a little bit surprising. That looked like a late hit.
Well, and when the quarterback's running out, he's obviously running out.
Yeah.
That was a push right at the line. That's unfortunate. That should have got called.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. So Laverty gets a big chunk of that yardage. And they're in punt formation. They're not going to go for it. That's a little bit surprising. You're down 21. There's 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
High snap. Oh, he fakes it. Throws out here to number 44 up the sideline, and he gets the first down.
That was a nice fake.
That was really nice. I mean, they're lining up in a punt formation. That's first time I think this year that I've seen them fake a punt.
That was number 44. Caught that, got the first down.
And you just knew, I mean, in this situation with 5 minutes to go and you're down 21, why would you punt?
Yeah.
I mean, in a short yardage situation. So maybe Midwest City should have been looking for that. So Laverty, a fresh set of downs. Looking at that short out route, Dazion Matthews, but he's met immediately by Mikhail Smith.
You got to work that to the sideline. You got to get closer to the sideline, and also Laverty's got to throw it more towards the back shoulder so that he has that space to run out.
Yeah, at this point, you got to get out of bounds. You need to stop that clock. Spread out again. Laverty looking to throw. Some protection. Nothing there, and just runs right back into the defender.
He lost the ball.
And he loses the football.
Putnam City North comes back up with it. Luckily, he had a lineman right there that jumped on the ball.
And that's, there hasn't been a lot of negatives with Carson Laverty so far this season, but one of them is he does kind of hold that football pretty loosely.
Yeah.
He's had it knocked out several times this season.
And one thing I'm noticing is when the pocket starts to collapse, he kind of panics. And
it's 3rd and 12. Bobbles the snap, and then he is taken down right away.
He just had nothing.
Big old number 76 with the tackle.
But that's also part of that, and Laverty looks hurt. He looks like he's limping. I wouldn't be surprised being landed on by number 76 like
punt
that.
Team's coming out. 4th and 22. You're not going for it here, so the punt team will come out, and that will do it for this game. Still 3:34 to go, but
that number 76 is the biggest player out there on the field.
He's pretty big. He's not on the roster. He's not listed. Tried to figure out who he was. Low snap. Powell gets it away quickly.
It does not
and
take
it takes a Midwest City bounce this time. And it's going to be down at the 40. 43.
Yeah, it looks like the coaching staff sending in the
time for the JVs to get some playing time.
The backup players here.
Yeah, and I also think too. I mean, with Laverty taking that hit, even if you get the offense, you get the ball back at this point. You put Riley Powell in there at quarterback. You know, you're going to need Laverty. It was a tough game for him. You know, it's his sophomore year. He's got room to grow. This kid he's really talented. He's got a bright future here.
He still looks like he's limping on the sideline. He may have just got landed on wrong.
A lot of these guys are going to be sore tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Midwest City's a tough team. I mean, they definitely out-physicaled Putnam City North tonight. They just had more speed, more power, it looked like. Obviously, with that running back Friday, I mean, that kid, he's impressive.
Your organization and schools, anything, and different kind of things. Come and see us at Del Rogers Training Center, 23rd and Utah.
So 3:11 left to go. Final game, our final live stream of the season.
Yeah, it's not all reserves out there on the field. You see Riley Powell still out there.
I think, you know, if Midwest City still got their ones in, so you don't want to give up any more points if you don't have to. This defense, and that's number 30 with the carry for a couple of yards. Marion Smiley.
Yeah, defense is still playing pretty hard.
1 yard. Second down, 9. Ball at the 42-yard line.
Clock continues to wind down. 2:42 to go. Midwest City taking their time. 9 seconds on the play clock. Give to Smiley again. Big hole in the left side before he is met. Riley Powell in on the tackle. Riley Edwards. So 3rd and 5 coming up. 2:13 to go. They can run another 30 seconds off here if they want. Probably just going to run it here again. Yep, give to Smiley. Immediately hit.
Blown up.
Once again, they stay with number 30.
Boy, number 71. He's a big boy, isn't he? Look at him.
Yeah. That's one thing we were saying earlier is just Midwest City just has the size on Putnam City North. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, and they've had everybody tonight for Midwest City. I haven't seen anybody missing any key players. Of course, the last 2 weeks for PC North, I've said it several times, but they're missing some guys that they would normally rely on heavily. Smiley in the backfield again. 9 seconds on the play clock. Clock continues to tick. It's going to give to Smiley again on the right side. He is hit around the 40. We are under a minute to go.
And that was 4th down. Turnover on downs.
So turnover on downs with 59 seconds to play.
Carson Laverty back out there in the game.
I'm surprised by that, actually, but there'll be plenty to watch on film after this game. There's going to be a lot of stuff they need to clean up, and if the Panthers are unable to get some of their key guys back, they got to figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean, they come into this season highly talented, expecting to play for a state championship, and a setback tonight.
Yeah,
Quick out route, he can't connect.
I don't know that Putnam City North really had a good sustained drive. Maybe that first one.
Yeah, I mean.
But everything else, I mean, any kind of field position they've gotten was at the hands of their special teams.
Final 55 seconds to play here. And he's going to give it up the middle. Big hole there.
Nice draw
Quickly
play.
shut down. And Marion Norman on the carry.
Number 1, that is Marion Norman.
And the give again to Norman, and just not a whole lot there.
Norman again on the carry. Stopped in there by Bunchuck.
And that might do it.
4 coming for a ball at the 46-yard line.
Looks like that's going to be it.
So the clock will tick down the final seconds. And this game is in the books. Final score, Midwest City 35, Putnam City North 14. First loss of the season for the Panthers. They will go to 6-1. Midwest City improves to 6-1. And these two teams could end up seeing each other again in the future. Interesting night, Sean. What was your final take on everything?
Yeah, like I said earlier, Midwest City just looked to have more speed, more size, more power, and they just imposed their will pretty early. Not a lot offensively that Putnam City North could do. You gotta figure out a way to throw the ball. I mean, you can't just lean on the rushing game the whole time. So Midwest City planting their flag there at midfield on Putnam City North's field, and you know, to the victor goes the spoils, and they came out with the victory tonight.
Still a lot of football to play for both of these teams going forward. So time to regroup for the Panthers. They're down there. Coaches are talking to them. For Midwest City, it's going to be a short but fun bus ride back to the east side of the Metro. So.
Yeah, and if you're confused, nothing confuses anybody probably these days in 2020. But if you're watching still on the live stream, you know, they obviously didn't have both teams meet and shake hands there. That's obviously due to COVID. So yeah, that just still in today's day and age just looks a little weird.
Yeah.
Not seeing both teams go and meet at midfield and, you know, exchange pleasantries.
All right, that's our final score. Midwest City 35, Putnam City North 14 from here at Putnam City North High School. You have been watching Putnam City North football on Sports Zone Oklahoma exclusively on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comment if you have anything to say. Thank you very much.